Okay.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 297. I've got my good friend Darren here with me again. Now, before before we start off, a little side note. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. We actually recorded this episode. Was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe even three.
Three at least, yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
three. Yeah.
It was supposed to be in time for Halloween, then something got corrupted and the whole thing got lost. So here we are doing the episode again. So
Mm.
hopefully we'll have some gems or good jokes or something there to say
Yeah.
there. But yeah, I'd like to welcome my friend Darren back. You were just coming back from Nashville.
Yeah.
Had a good trip.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And of
Music
course,
Music City.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
real
there.
you didn't
Yeah.
realize that I swiped that off at your last show.
Yeah, yeah. He's like
There you
it's
go.
like goes up and one of those people that pulls the pics off the
Oh,
stand.
I stole them.
Mm.
You're at the
Well,
door.
that's good. Thanks for coming to the
All
show.
right.
That was
Okay, so now take two of horror themed bands. So it's a little loose discussion here. I've did it a certain way, and I think Darren did it another way too. Now I kind of know what he's going to be talking about to a point there,
yeah.
but I have
Yeah.
added new stuff for today there just to make it different a little bit from
Yeah.
last time. But for all you Zoom recorders out there, use the cloud recording. I'm not doing local anymore. It's twice now. So, on that note, before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit a little thumbs up and little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. Can you tell I've said that speech many times?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan of the show. I've heard it.
All right.
Everybody could probably say it along with you.
There you go. Yes. All right. So, since you're our guest here, why don't you go first here for, I don't know, category one or band one, however you want to.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm somewhere around seven bands or artists and a whole pile of honorable mentions. So we'll see where we get with
Sounds
that.
good.
Just like we had talked about before, we kind of went with a couple of, I don't know, I wouldn't call them categories, but criteria, I guess. So like lyrical, visual, and musical are all sort of the things that we're looking for that make them horror themed. Some of them might have all of those things, some might have one and not the others. And also there are some of them that have not always been horror, but most of these bands are kind of, I would say, pretty close to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start off with the first one that I think was a surprise to you. Can you see that? Am I blinding
Yes,
everybody?
Dominum. I have that. Yeah.
All right, so Dominum from
Dominum.
Germany, I believe. Pretty new band. This is their first album. It just came out, and they have a brand new one that might be out already, but it's coming out like I think this month, if not. So they're on fire. Like they are doing things fast and climbing up there really quick. And in fact, like this album has probably like I don't know 6 or 7 music videos, something like that. So they're going all in. I think they're geez, I probably shouldn't even say, yeah, Napalm recording artists. So they're like big,
Say it.
big metal.
You just
No,
did
but
anyway.
no, the reason why I wasn't going to say it wasn't because I might have been wrong. So I wanted to
Oh,
make
okay.
sure. Yeah, I didn't want to yeah, they're on the wrong label. But yeah, so here's what I would like to do is just give a couple of video or song recommendations for each one of the bands. So if you want to go check them out,
Yeah.
if you're somebody who I don't know, likes a lot of the kind of 80s metal stuff. And then, I mean, which you probably are if you're watching this, given your content most of the time. I think you'll probably dig what these guys are doing. And here's a recommendation. They have a cover of Rock You Like a Hurricane. It's not actually on this album. but there is a video, so check it out on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I see
it,
it. Yeah.
yeah, and I always like to say, it's a cover that does justice to the original. It doesn't change too much, but it still makes it their own, and
Yeah.
you'll know a killer guitar solo too, by the way. So that's the first one I recommend, and Hey Living People, which is the title of the album, but
Okay.
also a good place to start in terms of the original music for a video. And if you're like me, and probably you watch the one video and go, oh, that's kind of cool, and then fortunately they have lots more, so you start
You're gonna
going,
go down a rabbit hole, right?
yeah, that's what happened to me, and that's why I bought the CD. I'm like, oh man. So I don't have as much vinyl as you do, but well, not even that's like not even close. But I do buy CDs for sure whenever possible.
Mhm.
Okay, so Dominum, that's my first
Cool.
pick.
All right. I went in categories like I told you before.
All right.
So my first category, I'm just gonna. So I still went horror themed, but my first category, and I put them alphabetically. Hopefully, I didn't forget anything from last time. But it's a band that is not at all, or bands that are not at all horror themed, but they have done a song or soundtrack for a horror movie.
All right, right.
Okay,
Cool.
now you remember, right?
Yes. It's like it's all new
Yeah.
again after.
So yeah, ACDC, not very horror oriented, but they did do
Oh,
Who Made Who from the Maximum Overdrive,
yeah.
um, which is one of those rare. Well, actually, there's another one coming up, but it's soundtracks all but done by ACDC.
Okay. And
Which
that movie is hard to find too. And I
it's
forgot all about it. I forgot
it's
until you.
available on Blu-ray. I think my friend watched it during the October
Oh,
watch a movie every day, and all he does is buys Blu-rays. So
oh,
he,
nice. Okay. Oh, cool. Now
um,
I want to watch it again. Just I remember the
next up,
music video.
yes, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Next up, Alice Cooper. Maybe more to come on this guy later on, but he's done a song for a horror movie. He's back, the man behind the mask. Everybody should know that song from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Yeah, to
yeah,
remember. Yeah,
yeah.
this one here is um, Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, Dream Warriors. Easily Dawkins' most popular song. Is it my favorite? No, but
Yeah.
it's still up there. So
It's one of my favorites. I love the song,
oh, I remember you liking it. Yeah.
and I like that movie too. Like out of the Nightmare series, like 1 and 3 are like
Yes.
probably the best. Yeah.
Now with that ACDC soundtrack, I said more to come on a band doing Fastway,
Ah,
doing the whole soundtrack for Trick or
yeah.
Treat, which today I actually received today on Blu-ray in the mail the Trick or Treat remastered, like everything, because
Oh,
only what was available is a DVD or a cheap copy
yeah.
with the Gene Simmons and
Which I
obviously
have. Yeah.
cover. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Transfer is bad. Good movie, but
Oh,
bad
really?
transfer. This is all remastered,
Oh,
retransferred,
good.
everything.
Nice.
I'll
Yeah.
show after we finish recording. Remind me. I'll show you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one's not a soundtrack, but the song "Halloween" from Halloween.
Ah,
Okay, this one's so I showed you Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. How about Part 4 with Love
yes.
Kills from Vinnie Vincent Invasion? You
Also
and I
great.
were just talking about Vinnie Vincent just before we started recording.
Yeah.
All good, but
Yeah. Well, you know what I love about that one is in the video of that song is that he's he's kind of smiling a little bit, like
I know,
he's not taking himself too
I
seriously, and it
know.
was like, all right, I like this. Yeah, it was cool.
It's either that one or that time of year where he's got this smile. I'm like, is that Vinnie Vincent smiling for the first time?
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
That time of year, that's a good one too. Yeah, I forgot about that. But
All right, next one
yeah,
here from Ghoulies 2. Yeah, Scream Until
yes,
You Like It
yeah.
from Wasp. Good song. I wouldn't say great. I would say good song there. It's a cover, right? I think too.
Is it? I don't know.
Think so. I'm not 100%. And last one, the whole soundtrack is from a horror movie. So the Shocker soundtrack,
Oh yeah.
easily my favorite soundtrack here. The songs are just so good on this here. So for the Shocker soundtrack, a bunch of bands that usually don't do horror stuff anyway. So there you go.
Yeah.
The Shocker. Just Shocker
Yeah.
soundtrack. Quite a difference here with
Yeah. Yeah. Kids go to bed. You're up too late to watch
Mhm.
this.
All right. Why don't you show us number two?
Ah, all right. Where were we? Okay. You know what? I don't have a CD for this one. But it's a band called Super Horror, and
And there's another word
there
after, right?
there was they changed their name. It was
Okay, that's
called
right.
Super Horror Fuck,
There you go.
but they changed their name. They took fuck out of it. Probably just weren't getting, no, sorry, you can't play here. Who knows? But
Walmart won't sell your album because of
yeah,
that second word.
that's
Yeah.
why, yeah, in Canada here they won't ship the CD. It's like, no, it has the bad word. Actually, they're from Italy, and yeah, just like really, if you like that horror punk kind of thing, um, yeah, that's what they do. It's like horror punk kind of. I mean, I don't know if I would call it necessarily metal, but that's not necessarily everything. They're a rock band. Um, like the singer looks like he's about 82 pounds. It's just creepy stuff. Let's see. Okay, recommended vids. What's
There
going
you go.
on?
Can you see that?
There we go. I'm like, what's happening? Yes, that's them. Uh,
All right.
yeah, delightful looking fellows. Yeah. Um, and I've seen them like through the years. The same thing. If you look up these videos that I'll tell you, you'll find lots more. But
Mhm.
to me, a good place to start would be Necro Gym. Gym like GYM. And Son of a Witch. I don't know what Necro Gym is exactly, but look it
All
up
I
and
all I can think of right now is Homer Simpson.
yeah.
What's
What's
a
a gime? And he goes in, oh, a
oh
gime.
Jim?
Yeah,
Uh,
and they've been active. I think they just are on their like 20th anniversary, if you could believe it. So if you've never heard of them, check them out. And yeah, I just kind of surprised that there are some of these bands that I found that I like, but they're not active anymore. I mean, it's not an easy genre to do
no.
underground. Like where are you playing the same three places, and
Yeah. All you can
so
do is play Halloween once a year, and that's about it.
yeah, exactly. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
That's my life.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
So, and of course, you sent me some songs.
Yeah, some links and stuff. And
Necro Jim and Son of a Witch. Okay, perfect. I'll add those.
cool. Yeah, you put everything
List
so people
the
can.
playlist. Hopefully, this works there. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah.
all right. My next one is bands that are definitely horror when it comes to live shows, whether they used to be or they still are. And I've actually added one from the last episode. So early Alice Cooper, we all know about the horror themed shows there, so I'm not going to talk about
Yeah.
that much. Actually, speaking of Bubbles, this were we talking about Bubbles before recording or after?
Before, yeah.
Okay,
Nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we were talking about
Bubbles.
a bubble machine,
Who's
and there was
Bubbles?
there was Bubbles and early Alice Cooper. I have some of those on.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is actually one that I have actually added, um, and because I saw him live like last week, I'm gonna go with, and we talked about it.
Ah,
King
yes. Yes, we
Diamond.
did.
So yeah, this actually fits so well because the whole show takes place in an asylum, and it was like the visuals were like it was horror. It was like the mood was horror movie, very big time there.
Yeah, yeah.
Very big time, whatever. Anyway, King Diamond. I didn't put Merciful Fate, but at King Diamond, the visuals live was just wow. So
Yeah.
one that before recording, we just realized we went to see this show together, but we weren't friends at the time. I'm gonna go with Guar.
Yeah.
You can't have a horror themed episode without talking about gore. And of course, I just wanted to show, I've never showed this on my channel, but you know the singer that's passed away, David Brocky, is from Ottawa, right?
Yes, I do know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen the what is that DVD?
That's a
that you have?
documentary.
Yes, okay. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, twice.
Okay, I have to. Yeah, I didn't know at first that, because I think we talked about it. I posted on my Instagram stories or something, as I
Yes.
same as you do, that hey, look what I found. And I didn't know it existed
It's
until
good.
like
It's good.
it was quite good. Yeah.
You don't
And
need to love
even if
gore.
you don't, no, I was gonna say, even if you're not into them, you will probably enjoy the documentary. I
It's an
think if you like
interesting, it's
music.
like a troupe, an art troupe almost to a point there.
Yeah,
The
yeah. It was
costume.
fascinating the way, yeah,
Oh.
the way it developed and the way it started. It was really something,
And the
because they were
music.
more about that than they were about the music, like
Yeah.
the big surprise, right? They didn't,
They got a few good songs.
that was,
I'll give him that.
yeah. Well, yeah, and seeing them live, I was more impressed
Oh
by
yeah,
the
you don't go to see
musicianship.
Gore for. I really want. I mean, apart from "Sick of You," that was the only one I
Yeah,
recognized. But apart from that, I'm
yeah,
like, you don't go there. I want to hear song 2 from side 1 of their third
yeah.
album.
Maybe some
I've never
people
met
do.
that
Yeah,
guy.
no. Yeah.
Two more where the shows were very horror themed. Lizzie Borden, like
Ah, yes.
this girl makes an appearance on a show. It's actually, I think it's called Psychopath. The song. I've talked about this on YouTube on the last episode we did,
Yeah,
and I forgot to go check to see if I was right. But there's a song where he opens up like a crate, like a
yeah,
toy box, and some girl he puts the girl in there and he starts hacking. Well,
yeah,
she's in the box, you don't see, but you see a bunch of blood spew, and I was like, oh
yeah,
my god. So yeah,
yeah.
that was 85. Yeah. So
Wow.
from this album, yeah, check out Psychopath. I believe that's the one on YouTube. Definitely
And
horror
and
there, and of
and
course,
Lizzie Borden has never stopped, right? That's the one thing, is that
he's
never
still
really
going on.
stopped. Yeah, for
He's
like
going on
years.
strong. I don't know, but he's still going on.
Yep. Yeah.
And last one, they're actually on tour right now, and I'm not going out of spite. I'm gonna go with Wasp.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice,
Yeah.
shame on you.
We
Fool me
we
three
had the
times.
same experience. Yeah.
Two of my friends are actually gonna go in
Mm,
Montreal, but they're already gonna be in Montreal. It's
mm,
worth it.
yeah. Well, the night that he canceled in Ottawa,
Yeah.
I was there. He's sitting on his bus, right? And I'm like, come on, man, like get a damn acoustic guitar if you're not happy with
Mm,
the stage, and perform for your fans who are here, you know,
exactly.
paid. And because it was 20 years.
Yeah.
My first rock concert was Wasp. And then like, so that was going to be one of my picks. So
Mhm.
geez. So we did this before. And like, man, that was one of my first concerts. And it was Armored Saint. We're with them again now
Yeah. Again,
to
and they're now
opening.
again. Yeah.
And Metallica were in
Yeah.
the middle slot, which obviously Metallica aren't going out on that tour now.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. It was Ride the Lightning tour. I had no idea what they'd become. And that was my first like real rock concert. I was there for Wasp. But yeah, and it was like shit, I don't know, 13.50 or 14.50. That was the price of the ticket. Like I still have the stub somewhere. And like
Either.
I was just a kid, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
tribute bands charge twice that now.
But yeah, if
Like
the show that it was at Barrymore's, right?
no, the one that was the failed
The
show.
failed one because
That
of
was
Mike.
Barrymore's. Yeah, yeah,
If your concert is just about a friggin' mic, then your music really like I was
yeah.
like, come on, do it. Just
Just do it. Yeah.
do a show like,
Well,
oh, the
I
pyro's not working. Oh, I guess we can't do the show. Yes, you
yeah.
can.
Yes, you can. I get that you want things to be right, but I mean, and you know what? I've watched a lot of live concerts of Wasp, YouTube and stuff, and
Hmm.
I mean, it's still really uh, good. You know,
Hmm.
Wacky's good. I know they use some backing tracks. Everybody uses backing tracks pretty much, so like whatever. But the band was killer, and Blackie's still Blackie, right? Like after
Yeah.
all these years, he's still
Well, two of
yeah,
my friends are maybe gonna go see him. I think it's next
yeah,
weekend, actually,
yeah. But
Montreal.
I said the same thing out of spite. I'm like, I'm never going again.
Oh,
Like I was
three
so pissed off.
times.
Yeah. Oh, it happened to you three. Oh, jeez.
The
That was only once
Barrymores.
for me. Yeah.
Uh, last year last year was passable. He didn't show up for an Iron Maiden concert. He didn't show up for Barrymore's. Then
Yeah.
last year was, he couldn't stand anymore, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But I
saw
mean,
him
like,
doing some shows where he's sitting down,
yeah.
and I'm like,
So I was
wow,
like,
just
okay, go. But it's like it was the third time. I'm like, how much
yeah,
little boy who cried wolf gets caught? Like
yeah,
there
yeah,
you go. Anyway,
yeah.
those are my three albums for bands that either did at one time do a horror themed show or still do, I guess.
Mm,
Actually, apart from Gwar and King Diamond, the rest don't really do horror that much. More like
mm.
vaudeville. But
Yeah, but I mean that all kind of it fits,
yeah,
and
there you go.
um,
All right.
yeah, I have a funny story about King
Go ahead.
Diamond. Uh, I don't know if I told you this one before. So it's not really about King Diamond, but sort of. So I have doing this show at the Ottawa, one of the fairs, Gloucester Fair, whatever it was, and I get this program, which is like this crappy little, photocopied
Yeah.
paper, right? And they list like entertainment for,
You
and
told me
I
this, but I forgot the punchline.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, and this is all true, I swear. So
Yeah.
I'm reading it, and I probably still have it. I wish I would have found it to show you.
Uh-huh.
So I'm reading through it, and King Diamond is playing. I'm like, King Diamond? And at the time, I hadn't heard much of King Diamond, so I'm like, I wonder, like, why here?
Yeah.
How? But at the same time, like, they had some occasionally classic bands that are doing fairs and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this doesn't seem right. Anyway, it turns out it's a tribute to some person doing Elvis Presley, so the King, and
I
Neil
know.
Diamond. So a tribute to Neil Diamond and Elvis Presley, and they and they call themselves King Diamond. I'm like, really? So obviously they have no idea who King Diamond
Yeah,
is because that's
unless
not.
he has, or unless King Diamond has never even heard of this. I'm sure you're like,
Yeah, no, but I
yeah,
mean,
buddy,
just like,
you guys got
could
to
you
stop.
imagine? Yeah, could you imagine calling yourself that?
That's
Like,
funny. That is funny.
not yeah. I mean, how many people are showing up? Although you did yeah, Scatterbrains. You did an episode once with the band Scatterbrains,
Yeah.
right? And who I absolutely loved. They were great. Um, but there is a band called, or there was a band called Scatterbrain. And the only reason I'm telling you this story is because at Barrymore's, I was away. I don't know because I would have gone, but a couple of my friends went to see what they thought was Scatterbrains, but it turned out to be Scatterbrain, which was a reggae band or something.
But yeah, I think Scatterbrain singular is the one that I like.
Oh, okay, maybe I got it mixed up, but
Scatterbrains must be the one you're talking about.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, okay, but the
S.
one, but yeah, like Don't Call Me Dude. That's what they wanted to go to see,
Okay,
but
have you ever watched? Again, I'm going on a tangent here. Have you watched the Jamie Kennedy Experiment? You know what that is?
I
It's
don't
like a
think so.
punked.
Okay, but I maybe, but it doesn't ring a
He
bell too
plays
much.
tricks on people anyway, but not stars, just people in general.
Yeah,
And there was a just made me think of that. He's he was putting I think it was during spring break, and on the intercom on the beach is like, tonight we have Creed playing and blah blah blah, and everybody's like, free concert for Creed back when they were popular.
yeah,
And then a whole bunch of people are just there, like there's thousands of people. And then the thing opens. What do you call that?
The curtain or
The curtain. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
exactly. The curtain opens up, and it says Creed, but with a K, and it's Jamie Kennedy singing peace and love songs with an acoustic guitar, and
Oh,
people are mad.
they're pissed off.
Creed with a K.
Well, it's free. What are you mad about? Like,
Anyway, that was just my little
that is pretty funny.
tangent. All
Uh,
right, choice number 3.
yeah. Okay, wait, am I up now? I was
Yes,
going
you
off
are.
on something else. All right, so let's see. All right, let's just go for. I was going to put Lizzie Borden in there. Same thing like Wasp. I remember this. There were a few that we overlapped. So
Yes.
I'll skip ahead to the Haxans, which I also don't have a CD for because they haven't put the CDs out. They're all
Okay, give me a
digital,
sec. Keep
digital or vinyl.
keep talking, and then
Yeah, so the Haxans are a duo. They do when they play live, they have a real drummer, but it's a duo of Piggy D and Ash Costello.
there you go.
So Piggy D, you might recognize. He was originally in Wednesday 13's touring band, and then early days, and then went on to be bass player for Rob Zombie for a long time. Now he's currently playing bass for Marilyn Manson, believe it or not. So good for him. And he writes all these songs. This is basically his sort of creative thing. And Ash Costello is from a band called New Year's Day. And I really love those songs. I find, then they have a lot of videos out too. In fact, I'll give you some recommendations. Dirty Magic is one of them. It Ain't Gonna Break My Bones is another one. Black Cat Bone. There are a pile of them. So same thing. Just look up the Haxans,
Yeah,
find a video.
I'll see if I can add
Yeah,
them to a playlist too on this episode too.
yeah. So she's the main singer, uh, but he does a lot of like the harmonies, low harmonies, and
Okay.
does some lead vocals and stuff too. So yeah, really, really cool duo, and very much. I don't know, like horror might be a strong, but there's a lot of lyrically
Yeah.
horror themes, and they're very much like I mean, like a Halloween band year round kind of thing. So yeah,
Cool.
so
I'm gonna go
yeah,
check those. So yeah, check
yeah,
out those. Um, the Haxans, Dirty Magic, and It Ain't Gonna Break My Bones.
yeah.
All right. Next one for me is bands with don't really do horror musically, but have a horror themed album cover.
Oh yeah.
So remember these guys? Dangerous Toys. That screams it or is it Poltergeist?
But a lot, well, yeah, I would say it. A lot of 80s horror
Yeah,
style. That's what that looks like. Yeah.
clowns. Next one, actually, this one actually added a few. Just looking through Geisha.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
what I think. One sec. This guy is Pete Black with 2 Ks, who ended up being in King Diamond. King Diamond went
Ah,
stole this guy. This is pretty much their only album, I think there. But yeah,
okay.
look at the video for You Got What It Takes. It's bad. It's good bad music. Let me put it that way. But
Yeah,
good
yeah,
music, bad production, and bad videos. So there you go.
yeah.
Geisha.
That's what I do.
Yeah. No, no. Trust me. I'm gonna send you this video, and you're gonna have a. All I'm gonna say is check out the baby. Okay, and when I
Okay,
say baby, I'm like borderline newborn, and
okay.
they put this makeup on the little newborn.
Jeez.
It's wow.
And yeah, and you know it's like back then is probably real too. They didn't like
Yeah.
now they would somehow fake it, right, with computer generated
Um.
stuff, but
Yes.
yeah.
New one that I didn't have last time. I never even talked about this band hardly in my channel before, but Girl School and Take a Bite. There's your Dracula inspired cover right there. Okay, I'm gonna embarrass myself again, but I think I told you about this. So, oh, I wanted to bring out. I forgot, which was Bark at the Moon, which is
Mm,
very horror inspired,
yeah,
the
the
video
werewolf
and all that.
thing, and yeah.
But I don't remember if I told you this. This is me bearing my soul, where I thought Diary of a Madman was, you know, that Olivia Newton-John song, Can't Believe We Are Magic.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
song. I thought she was singing Diary of a Mad. Not at all the same thing.
Not the
That's
same song, yeah.
quite the misheard lyric. But anyway, yeah, look wise, I mean, he's done little
Yeah.
horror stuff here and
But
there.
that album though, like even the title track there are a lot of songs that
There's
I mean the way Randy Rhoads played and everything,
yeah,
it's a very that the melodic minor sound and
there's hints
everything.
of
It's
yeah.
some yeah,
All
it
right,
sounds horror-ish.
these last two here I didn't bring last time, and it just like I said, album covers. This band has nothing to do with horror theme, but the album cover is like wow. Uriah Heep, Abominog,
Oh wow, that's disgusting. I love it.
ugly and beautiful album cover at the same
Yes.
time. So there you go.
But you never forget it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't forget this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And last one, same thing with Girl School, Y&T, Down for the Count.
Oh
This
yeah.
one's a little stretching a little bit there, but here we go.
Yeah. But it sort of looks like the girls
Pretty
school.
much, except this
Yeah.
girl's made out of metal and the other one's made out of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you
Yeah.
go. That's my
Cool.
non-horror bands that made a horror album cover, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so I think I have a couple more, but I don't know how many. Do you have other ones to add, or am I just
For that category, no.
okay? All right. Um, yeah, and I think maybe it's important to like acknowledge the fact that there are a lot of bands that are like I like Venom and stuff like black metal and things that they do a lot of that. Some of those bands, but personally, I don't know. I know some of the bands and stuff, but I don't know enough about them
No, neither.
to speak intelligently whatsoever about what they're
In
doing.
League
And
with
so,
Satan, I think, is the only
yeah,
song I've.
yeah, I had that album. I had a few of the
Is that
albums,
the
and it
one where there's
was
a song called Arg?
yeah, and it's like one side of the record was one song. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
great. Like just anything like that was the stuff that when you wanted to piss off your parents or something.
Mhm.
That was the and in fact I don't know if we talked about this before, but I think it was the Killers, the Iron Maiden
Mhm.
album cover. The Eddie had the
With the
kind of
axe there,
hatchet
yeah.
thing, and yeah, and I had that on my door of my bedroom for the longest time. Like try to scare my little sister or whatever. Just piss off my parents, and because Kiss Destroyer wasn't doing it anymore, so I had to like bump it up
There
a
you
bit.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my next one is probably obvious to a lot of people. I think I mentioned already. I don't know if you can see, geez, I'm like totally backwards here. Wednesday
Yeah.
13. This album is called Horror Fire, with my thumb was right in the way, but um, I think anybody who knows, God, I don't know why I can't get this right. This is like backwards thing. Anybody who knows like horror themed bands, horror punk, and that kind of stuff, it would be hard to imagine that you don't know who Wednesday 13 is. Um, and yeah, it's like every single time,
Look
I
at
think
that
with the
picture. Yeah,
exception of,
that's very.
yeah, it's pretty obvious. He's gone through a lot of different, Wednesday being the guy in, front with the hat.
This guy right here.
Yeah. And so it's sort of the band name, but that's his name he's been going by since the mid 90s. Um, and I think it's like, I don't know how many years I'm not sure how many years he's been at this now. I should know, but um, if you don't know, he started off with um, this band here. That was his band with called Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13. This is a box set.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can also see, I don't know if you noticed, but it does say Wednesday 13's
Yeah, of
Frankenstein.
course.
And the reason why is because these were released
After.
independently before, but then the box set was
Yeah.
released once he got some success. And it's interesting because then the reason he got success is because Joey Jordison discovered this band, and so Wednesday ended up joining the Murderdolls. And it's funny, I have this I get this bloody thing right, Last Aid Kit. So it's a first aid kit, but it's called Last Aid Kit. That's Murderdolls.
I love
Yeah,
that. I love
yeah,
that.
I know. I'm a sucker for like buying stupid things
Last
like that.
aid kit. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
That's
and
the best
so there's,
pun I've heard all day.
I know. And so he joined Murderdolls. They did one album, which like was a cult classic, fans. But Wednesday wrote, I mean, almost every note of that album, pretty much. And if you question that, you can go back and like check out the box set, because most of those songs in one form or another are already recorded on there. And all that to say that he's still going. A new album is coming out soon. He's touring right now. And I think every time except for one that he's come to Ottawa in one form or another, I have opened the show. So
Yes.
so I know the guys and stuff. So I think if you're into horror metal, or you want to get into horror rock or whatever, the earlier stuff is more horror punk.
Yeah.
The later stuff has gotten more heavier, more metal. I don't know what the new album's going to be like, though. I'm not sure, but hopefully most of the fans hope it's a bit of a return to the roots. But
So there's a new one coming out.
yeah, soon. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be next, like 2025, but that's all I know. Yeah, and I want to say Napalm too. Yeah, Napalm Records are. I think they have like Flesh God Apocalypse, and like they do a lot of
Well,
cool
I
stuff.
ordered something from Napalm the other day, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The Last Aid Kit, I got that by pre, like one of those pre-order things, and then you get this like.
Oh,
But
I love that. I love that.
yeah, but I stopped doing it because every damn time I do it, everybody else has got the music. They're listening. They've got the CD or whatever, and I'm still waiting for it. I'm like, the hell? Why am I pre-ordering it? And
True.
but that's just me. That's
My friend told me I do pre-orders all the time and I wait and I hate it. But my
yeah.
friend told me my problem is fear of missing out.
Mm,
You think it's going to sell out, so you're
yeah.
like,
Or
oh,
like
it's
in
on
my case,
Amazon. Here I am
yeah,
waiting it for from Germany.
yeah. But the other thing is fear of missing out. But then the other side of it is it's like when you get a little bonus, like extra stuff, that's like
Yes,
I want the little toy, or I want.
exactly.
Sometimes I don't care, but there are some bands that I'm like, yeah, I really want the cool stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why you should support independent artists,
Yes,
because they'll send you shit because you buy their stuff. Like,
like this
yeah,
guy.
exactly. That's everybody who orders a CD from me gets a guitar pick or
There you
three,
go.
or it's because yeah, like as people
Or
appreciate it,
go see
right?
him live.
Yeah, even better. This how did this turn into a plug? I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna plug you anyway at the
All
end.
right. Well, thank
That
you.
didn't sound right.
No, go to bed, kids.
Oh boy. Okay. Uh, my next, and actually, fear of missing out is actually going to be relative for this next one.
Okay.
Well, not the next band, but the next category is bands who have got a horror themed look, but have, well, do a little bit of horror there, but you'll see where I'm going with this here. Ghost,
Oh yes.
total, but it's more like Alice Cooper now. I find it a lot very vaudeville. There's no
Mm,
sacrifices or anything, but they've got
mm,
this look. Now they're more pop rock as opposed to hard rock verging on metal for this one there.
yeah.
But this next one here is I'm actually pretty proud. So if you like Ghost, which is all males, how about we go all females? And I got this. This is a first press. So Dogma.
Oh
So
yeah.
this is a bunch of nuns that look like ghosts, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sexy nuns, I should say. Can you see the cover? By the way,
I can. Yeah.
not.
I've seen this before. Yeah.
I've shown this
I
before. My nephew just couldn't believe what he was. But
I
this was
keep
a
meaning to
first
check
press.
out the music. Yeah, I haven't yet. Oh,
The music's actually very good. If you like
okay.
Ghost, you're gonna love this. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
and they're slowly like getting up there. So yeah, it's. But again, the music has nothing to do with this look there. Like this is like a major or well, yeah, they talk about orgies. I'm sure. I'm not a big lyrics guy there, but yeah. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I got this first press and it got sold out like in nothing. And I think I bought this for like 20 some bucks from Mexico. Now the second pressing they're charging 60.
Mm.
So
Oh, so you got on top
pretty
of it
proud
when
of
you.
getting this one when it did
Yeah.
come out. And last one of my favorite band has a total horror look. I'm just gonna. This is
Yeah.
very. I've always loved this album cover with the
Yeah.
glowing eyes there, but
Yeah.
this is not a horror band. But everybody wanted to dress up like these guys at Halloween,
Yeah.
including
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Who everybody did at some point, right?
Oh
So,
yeah, I think I've done it.
do you
Not
remember the
kidding, 10
video?
times. What's that?
The video for "I Love It Loud." You know when they had the glowing eyes. Everybody. There was something about that. I can't remember. I have to check it out. But
It's card. It's you could see if you look closely there, you could see that there's cardboards on top of those people on top of their eyes
okay.
as
Yeah.
glow. So they're probably just
Mm.
their eyes closed like this, but they put
Yeah.
cardboards with the glowing eyes. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, the funny thing is when back then none of us had really high definition television, right? So we
Oh
didn't.
no, for sure.
You could get away with it. You could get away with that kind of thing. In fact, Wasp, I don't know if I told you the story or if you know it, but I think it's Blind in Texas. If you go watch that video, if you really pay attention, you can tell. But it wasn't until like I must have seen that video like 100 times before back on like Much Music or whatever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like I don't know the last 10 years or something. There was an interview with I think it was Randy Piper, and he had that custom what's it like? I think it was a bone.
Oh,
Anyway,
it
there was the Mockingbird, right? The BC
looks like
Rich,
George Lynch's guitar and
kind of. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
the
Mockingbird.
skeleton. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Well, apparently they just got it back from like getting whatever was being done to it, and there were no strings on it. So in the video, there's no strings on that guitar.
Okay, I'll have to
How,
go check
who the
that.
hell ever even noticed? I couldn't have possibly seen it. So anyway, I guess the thing about the eyes, I was going to say that there was one of the stations, one of the channels or whatever, I banned part of it because of that. They banned part of the video with the glowing eyes or something. I don't know. I don't remember what the details were. I just remember something like that happening and going, what kind of stupid shit, what kind
Yeah.
of world are we living in? And it's only gotten worse. But anyway,
All
yeah.
right. Well, that's my fourth one. I got one more, but go ahead there.
Okay. Raven Black. There's one that I don't think enough people know about. Raven Black is the band, but also the singer's name. Who it's a. Not only is she a female, but she's not. How do I put this? Um,
Her
yeah, there
right
she
here.
is. Yeah, yeah. She's what? How old is she now? Like she's in her 50s.
She's in her 50s.
Yeah, I think I know. Geez, I hope
Wow.
I'm not. I hope I'm not wrong. Somebody will slap me. But I think the reason why I'm saying that is because she put out a book, which you can only get through her website. And it's only like a digital thing.
Okay.
But she said something in that blurb about that she when she turned 50, that was her thing was to do this book about her life. Um, and she's I guess she's had a rough go of it, but the music is very horror themed, as you can see by the picture. And really cool, really good, and modern enough, but yeah. Again, if you like 80s stuff and that, I think you'll still appreciate this. um let's see, what are my recommendations here? Blah blah blah. Dollhouse and Hear Me Cry. Those are the two videos that I would recommend you
Yes.
check
Yeah.
out
That's one.
for Raven Black.
Cool. I was looking at the picture of that guy in the back where the Alice Cooper clown eyes there.
Which one? The
Here, I'll
oh
where did I put it? Here, give me a sec. There, you'll see his.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the
This guy right here.
oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at her going,
This
am I
guy kind of
right
looks
about
like
this?
Rob Zombie,
Ah, yes.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, that's the cool thing too is um I'd say that with most of the bands that we talked about, like there are ones that are newer and the ones that have been doing this for, since the beginning. Well, I don't
mhm.
know, maybe not the beginning, like
Yeah,
Coven and stuff like that. Those they
but
were
still.
around for longer. But the newer ones, like Wednesday 13, for example, has made his own way, very much his own style and
Hmm.
has his own fans and stuff, but never, and we've had this, like him and I have had this conversation too, like about wearing your um influences on your sleeve, so to speak. Like he
Yeah.
never, it's like, okay, there's a song that sounds a bit like Rob Zombie, like no kidding, right? Or a song that sounds like Alice Cooper. No kidding. Like he grew up loving the same stuff that the rest of us did. So yeah.
Well, another one like a inspiration or copy. You ever heard about Turbo Negro?
I know of them and I've
So
heard a couple of songs.
just look at the guy. He's got the old Alice Cooper,
Yeah,
but with the not the one I just showed you there, but with the little
yeah.
controller.
Spiders. Yeah.
Yeah, that and a mustache. But he's got the
Yeah.
top hat. As I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, but doesn't sound like
Well,
Alice Cooper.
remember the Scatterbrain? Was that what the right
Yeah,
one?
the one that I
Scatterbrain.
know there.
So
Yeah,
yeah, okay. So if you ever watch the video for "Don't Call Me Dude," the singer's got like he's
yes,
got the makeup and the hat. He's like
yes,
he's not
yes,
even.
yes.
It's
So
like
Turbo Negro kind of looks like that guy
okay, yeah,
with a
yeah,
mustache and a little bit chubby.
yeah. I remember. Yeah, it was.
So
I haven't heard that name in years though. I don't know if they're still are they still
Scatterbrain.
no Turbo Negro.
Oh, I keep looking there, but there's nothing.
Mm,
2018 was the last album they did. So
mm,
very good
yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Good.
All right. My last one, I've showed you these before. So if I'm going to show you this, remember
Yes.
these?
Yeah.
So Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2,
Two. I don't have the. I have one, but not two like that.
and a guy from the Kansas Connection, Keith, sent us all this album here. So Goblin Cock, which has,
What's the title of the?
yeah, I'll say the title in a few. I just wanted to show the background, the back first.
Yeah.
So, or is it more like Evil Dead 2? I think it's 2, eh?
Yeah, it looks like
More
two.
like this
It's
one, I
yeah,
think.
the nose and the
But yeah, the
yeah.
name of the title of the album is called Necronami Donkey Kong Mikan. Necro Necronami Donkey Kong Mikan. Fuck.
Yeah. So they put Donkey Kong in the middle of
Yeah,
Necronomicon and something.
Necronomicon and Donkey Kong and something Econ at the end there.
Yeah,
I mean,
funny.
it's not bad music there, but man, we this is our like inside joke for
That's
so yeah,
that's the one you put on display when company comes over.
yeah, exactly. Goblin Cock. But it's our we had a good laugh with this one here.
You know
Doesn't
what you're getting.
sound
Yeah.
doesn't sound like, but I just had to show this one here just because of this is totally horror themed and
Yeah.
there's exhibit A and B right there. So
I don't think I ever even knew that there was that like Evil Dead 2 in that format. I have the Necronomicon of one, but I didn't even know it came out in two like that.
yeah, it's
So I have it, but I have the movie, but not like
I would
that.
say don't bother unless you keep them in their wrapper because look at this one.
Yeah, mine is doing the same
This
thing,
one's
but
not too
yeah,
bad still, but
yeah.
this one is all like
My first one is going, but I keep it,
there's the ear.
yeah. I took the disc out and put it in like in a little folder
Okay.
so I can get at that. And um, but here's a funny story. I was on tour in Northern Ontario, and it was I think a place called Haileybury.
Oh my
Uh,
God, I know where that is.
yeah, like
My
so
dad's from well, The Tri-Town, New Liskeard, Cobalt, and Hilbury.
Okay, yeah. So we're playing Timmins, Kirkland Lake, Haileybury, and all
I'm
those
from
bits.
Kirkland Lake, so oh my
Oh my
God,
God.
we
Oh,
have
I'm
not
so
rehearsed
sorry to
this.
hear that. Oh my God.
We have
That
not
is
rehearsed this. That's I was born there.
no way. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay, so I'm playing in Haileybury, and they put us up, well, in part, the hotel, I guess, is part of the bar we were playing in,
Is it the
and it
waterfront?
wasn't especially, it was, no, I know where the waterfront was, but that wasn't
Okay.
it. This is going back a ways, but anyway, it wasn't exactly a nice place, but hey, we're playing in a band up north. We weren't playing in nice places or staying in nice places. So you get in there, and the on the wall, somebody had just drawn this face that looked like that. And so I drew around it and turned it into the Necronomicon, like uh, on the wall. It's on the wall beside the bed, right? If you call it a bed. Well, here's where it gets funny. Years later, um, we had a drummer join the band, and we were talking like road stories, and he goes, man, I played, recently up north, and and he's telling me about this drawing. He's like, you would dig this. I'm like, I did that.
It's still there.
It's still there, like, 15 years later or something. I'm
And
like,
then, of
oh my.
course, you got the Hilbury Hotel watching this episode. Go, now we got him, people.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're like, yeah, find me. Yeah, they're gonna dock my pay from like 20 years ago or
Yeah,
whatever it was. Yeah. Okay, do I have any more?
that's funny.
Well, I think if I think a lot of people know who Rocky Erickson was, or I think he died in 2018 or something. Rocky Erickson, if you don't know who he is, you probably know his music without even realizing it. He's like a basically horror rock pioneer, because let's see, there's a documentary called You're Gonna Miss Me.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty neat. Let's see. Oh, and Lordy, have you seen the documentary on
Oh,
Lordy?
no,
Oh
but
wait, did you already talk about Lordy?
no,
Okay,
I did
never
not.
mind.
Just wanted to
Okay,
show.
sorry. That was before we started filming. So okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Sorry,
They have
I'm
a
getting.
documentary?
Yes. Yeah, it's I rented it on YouTube. That's the only place I could find it. And I saw it on now I did see it on Amazon at one point, but I wasn't convinced that it would be have English subtitles, and it was really expensive, and it was only about I think it's an hour, but it was worth. I'm really glad that I did watch it. It was
Okay.
really cool. Um anyway, where was I with that? Oh yeah, so Rocky Erickson, um, Two-Headed Dog is a song that you should check out. I Think of Demons, which is actually a song that the Haxans covered. And on the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack, so we're hitting soundtracks again. That's where most people know him from, with the song called Burn the Flames,
Okay.
which Wednesday 13 actually covered. So a lot of people have covered his songs. He was very much horror in terms of lyrics and stuff. And if you watch the documentary, he was it's a kind of a sad story, because he sort of, lost his mind, you know, and I'm not saying this, I'm trying to be sensitive about it, because it's a
Like
pretty sad.
a la Sid Barrett type of.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sad story, but he was one of those people who was really a genius at writing, and just a voice that was killer too. So yeah.
So Rocky Henriksen?
Erickson,
Erickson.
Rocky spelled Roky, and then Erickson as.
Let me just write that down there so I can put a picture because that one we
Yeah.
didn't.
Oh no, I don't think I mentioned him. There were
No, R
yeah,
O K Y. You said
yeah, Roky.
Roki Erickson.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll go put the picture anyway somewhere
Yeah.
while we're doing that there. Anything else then you want to add?
Good question. I guess, like, again, I'm just sort of looking at my notes from before, trying to decipher what the hell I was talking about. Um, because I like, there are all lots of honorable mentions, and of course, like, we did talk about Alice Cooper and
Yeah,
some of the obvious ones, but then there's so many that, like, they get a lot of, everybody knows who they are, right? So it's
yeah,
kind of nice to hit
exactly.
a few that
Well,
this
that's
would
why I
be.
kind of went quick with mine too there.
Yeah, and this would be one of my honorable mentions. And
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
which the only reason that One Eye Doll is even honorable mention and not one of my main ones, is simply because uh, they haven't disbanded exactly, but they just stopped being One Eye Doll for like a number of years. And Kimberly and Jason are friends of mine, and they've always been just the coolest people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Witches, if you can get a hold of that album or look it up. I don't know what's still up there on, yeah, because they kind of took everything down. So
Really?
yeah,
And another
and
band with just two people in it.
yeah, yeah, and that's true. And I mean, I talked to them, geez, not that long ago, but I don't know. Like sometimes people ask me, well, why did they, why did they stop? Because they were like really quite successful when you think about it,
Yeah.
and to get to that level, and I'm like, I don't know. If I did know, I wouldn't tell you because it's not it's you know what I mean. It's not for me to say anyways. But yeah, they're just fantastic people, and I really like
No, I saw them.
Witches. I love. I wish I wrote that album. Like
I saw them live and I did enjoy it. It was again, it was you, I believe, then One Eye Doll, then Wednesday 13.
yeah, yeah,
But I
and
didn't know you. I don't think I probably knew of you, but I didn't know you at the time because I was probably
yeah.
at Tres Salute, Scotty's old restaurant, the Italian restaurant, having dinner there.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did tell me that.
Tres
Up.
Tres Salute or something like that there.
So yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. But I do remember. Yeah, that show that night, and I also remember Kimberly telling like she wasn't feeling very well that night. Um, but the first time that I played with them, I didn't know who they were. This is often the way. I mean, it's such a cool thing with music, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, but I was asked to do the show because it's like you would be, fit really well. So I went and looked them up and went, this is really cool. And I didn't know what to expect, but I will say this, and this is like might be shocking to some people, but when my band went on, we were the first ones on. There were three bands touring. One Eye Doll was the headliner, and so two other bands on after. We go on playing, and Kimberly and Jason are right in front of me the whole show, just rocking out. And I'm like, they're the headliner, and they're right there,
Ice.
you know. And and then they went on and played, and like I just my jaw was on the floor the whole like what the hell am I seeing? It's just I was entertained from the first note to the last, and then after like we hung out a lot and just became really good friends. And yeah, I mean that's the really cool thing about
What
music,
I
that connection.
what I do remember about that band, it was after the show ended. I don't know what the hell the girl did. She kind of did it like a, all right, guys, follow me. And then a whole bunch of guys went, like, from the crowd, went and followed her to the merch table, like they were
It was
her
amazing.
disciples or something like that. I was like, what the hell did I just see there? That's what I
Yeah,
remember from that show.
yeah,
And her
it's
doing a lot of kicks in the air, like with,
yeah. Yeah, it's inspiring. And that show again was not. It just like it wasn't the same as the headline show.
mhm.
It wasn't, and again, she wasn't feeling too well, so it was a little bit, believe it or not, more subdued. But yeah, like she end the show by running up onto the stage and jumping over the drums, and Jason catches her. Like, and then yeah, that's the great thing. Again, it's just like inspiring. She's got it all figured out, right? She's like, follow me, and jumps down, and everybody just kind of follows her because why
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
that's, I,
And
I
then
was,
they all end up at the merch table. I'm like, that's the smartest damn thing ever.
it's
I'm gonna
like,
steal that.
kind of like
Yeah,
just zombies,
yeah,
just,
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not as attractive as her, but I'll try it. I mean, you know,
no,
maybe somebody will follow me. Someone will follow me to like you beat me up for trying to take
there
their
you
money.
go.
Yeah,
No, I definitely remember that part.
yeah, yeah. Fun times. All
All
right, wow,
right.
that's pretty much, yeah. Like we could go on for
Oh,
another
I know we
hour, I think,
can.
but
And
yeah,
him and I have been talking already for a half hour before
I
we
know.
we started recording. I was like, okay, maybe we should start recording. There's some gems there,
Yeah, no kidding.
being told and not recorded.
Yeah,
All good
yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right. Is that it then, my friend?
I think so. I think
All
we
right.
covered. I hope people got something out of this one and some
Oh,
new bands to
there's a
check
lot of
out. And
stuff to go check out. Like I said, I'm
mm,
hoping I'm going to be able to put the playlist. Well, I'll tamper with that afterwards.
yeah, yeah,
So, But again, I want to thank my friend Darren for joining us. Also, go check out his DarrenMichaelBoyd.com.
DarrenBoyd.com.
Darren Boyd,
Yeah,
sorry.
you got the wrong guitar pick. Like, hang
Oh,
on.
there's ones with the website.
Yeah. Where are they? There's like a
Well, it's
can't
these are
find
the
my own
ones that were
stuff there.
available to steal.
Wait, there we go. I can't get this like backwards thing yet. So DarrenBoyd.com. Yeah,
Okay.
you can find everything there.
Anyway, go
And follow
check
me
out.
on YouTube because I'm it's very desperately lonely there.
Yeah.
I don't have enough.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and post the link to your YouTube and also
Wonderful.
the link to your website, so people
Thank
can
you.
go check out if you like your. I don't even know what to call it. I know it's instrumental, but it's style wise, it's all over the place.
Yeah,
And you
that's
go
what.
from doing the theme song to Buffy the Vampire Slayer to some.
Yeah,
What style would you call that song of yours that I like there? This song won't get played on the radio.
yeah, that's kind of that spooky surf.
Yeah, it's
It's a
surf.
it's a it's a little bit like B-52s if B-52s were Alice Cooper. I don't know. It's like Monster Mash but more angrier. I don't know. But then there's some stuff that gets pretty metal. It's like
Yeah,
I figure I like the roller coaster. I like to just take people on a ride and
there you go.
take myself on a ride. So
That's good.
there you
There you
go.
go. There you go.
Hey, it's almost a harmony.
Or is it? No, it's not an octave. Yeah, it's
No,
almost
it's
a
yeah,
fifth, maybe. Yeah.
it's a jazz chord. It's a
There you go. Oh yeah. All right then. Well, again, thank you for doing this, and hopefully everything goes well when I.
yeah. No, okay.
I'm gonna go and edit it right after we finish recording.
Yeah, make sure it works. Yeah, yeah.
So,
You won't sleep otherwise. You'll be like, did that
oh
work?
yeah, yeah, it's trust me,
Yeah.
it's an annoying thing to find out when your file
Mm.
is corrupted there. So,
Oh, yeah.
but anyway, go check out Darren's website. Go check out his YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't done so. He's got talent.
Thank you.
Ottawa's
Thank you.
pride right there. So go check it out. And oh, I forgot to mention this last time we recorded, but when I went to see him live, he actually shouted out me, and I was like, wow, thank you. We
Yeah.
have off the charts, and everybody's like, who the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. Well, that's how you never know, right?
I know, I'm just teasing.
People might
I
go and
was actually super
check it out.
honored. So
Oh, no,
that was cool.
that's cool. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Let us know. Did we miss any horror themed bands? Write them in the comments. I'm
Yeah.
looking at my pile, which is like this thick. I'm like, there better not be, but I'm sure there are.
Hey, it'd be cool to learn something new, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For next year's episode.
Yeah. Like before Halloween.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you guys. And on that note, we shall see you guys next episode. And take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.